Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Bold and Beautiful Mini Spotlight. I'm James Lott Jr., your host. This was actually a fan-generated mini spotlight. I listen to you guys all the time. Of course, you guys are my co-hosts. We love this show, Bold and Beautiful, so much, and they just introduced a new character with an old familiar name on the show, and the name is Sally Spectra. I was shocked to hear this. Of course, the story has now gone out. They're bringing back the Spectras. And some of you were like, who are they? Or I don't know much about them. Or I've heard the name Sally Spectra. What does that mean? And I was curious too, like, how are they related and how's this working out? Because I remember the Spectra clan the first time. And I remember a girl that had red hair. And I'm very excited. So this edition, we're going to talk about the original Spectra clan. I'm titling this The Quick History of Sally Spectra and the Spectras. So, Darlene Connolly, the wonderful Darlene Connolly, the late Darlene Connolly, sadly, played Sally Spectra from 1988 to 2007 and her death. She's come back as a hologram, I think, back in 2012. Just correct me, I think she came back for a bit, but it was not her, obviously, not alive. But she played on the show and she was so funny and she got involved in so much while she was on the show. And we're going to quickly go through what her family and stuff that she's gone through. She had two daughters. Well, one was a surrogate daughter that she felt like a daughter to her, Darla, and the other one was Macy, her biological daughter. Macy was her daughter with Alex Alexander, and that's played by the wonderful Bobby Eakes. She was so good. She was married to Thorne, among other things, at one time. And Darla was married to Thorne. And Darla was her assistant for years and then just became, like, just was really part of the family. Because the Spectre started out with her and Saul, who was another guy that worked with her. It was like worked with her. And so Darla married Thorne and had Allie. Now, Macy, Darla, and Allie are all dead. They're like killing people off in these shows. Like, why are the poor women are all killed off? They're all so young. So they're all dead, but they were all part of the first round of Spectras. She later married Clark Garrison. There's a whole big thing about that. And she had Clark Garrison Jr., CJ, played by the wonderful McCain. And so he was on for he had his own adventures on the show too, of course. But he was around, and I believe he's related to the new story. As I believe he is. We don't know because it just hasn't started yet. But I heard he's gonna be part of it on some level. So I guess we'll see. Stephanie and Sally had a big feud for years and ended up becoming friends later and having mutual respect. But one famous thing that the Sally Spectra storyline did was that there was a famous scene, you can look up on YouTube, where Sally and, and Stephanie get drunk and she lets Sally do her hair. They like cut her hair. So Stephanie, as you know, Susan Flannery, her portrayer, changed her hair to her signature short hair she had later. The rest of the show she was on, but she had her cut the hair, and they made it like it was really bad, and the cutting the hair was so bad that it resulted in that hairstyle. So Sally Spectra was actually used to kind of explain Susan Flannery's new look that became her signature actually in the later years on the show. So that's a little fun fact there. It's a fun scene, and you could tell that in real life the actresses loved each other and they had a great time, and it was mutual admiration society. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with these new Spectra, because apparently bringing my girl Patrika Darbo, who I love so much. I love, love, love her. And she's a friend of mine who's playing Sally's sister. It totally makes sense, casting choice perfectly, as Shirley. And then her granddaughter is this new Sally Spectra by Courtney Hope. So I'm looking forward to see what happens with this new Spectra clan. So this is your Spectras. That's who they are. You can find clips with them all on YouTube. They were a kind of the quirky clan in the fashion house industry, other than the Spencers and the Foresters. So it was a lot of fun. So I look forward to see why they decided to go that direction. Almost being maybe because it's close to the 30-year anniversary, which is it's 30 years this year of Bold and the Beautiful. It's very exciting. You can watch my show, the Bold Breakdown on AfterBuzz TV. It's on Sundays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I always say grab a drink and join me. And we recap the week that was. I show you clips of the past. Sometimes I have guests on the show sometimes. And it's a lot of fun. We have a Facebook page, the Bold Breakdown. Please go there and like it. Our show is good for download to listen on iTunes under AfterBuzzTV.com on iTunes. And just look for Bold and Beautiful. Same on YouTube. You can watch the episodes on Bold and Beautiful. And you can follow me, James Lott Jr. at James Lott Jr. and all social media platforms. Thank you for watching and see you next time.